Hey, look at my hair. It's straight. Can you even? This is the one time you're going to see it straight because I need to cut it tonight. But yes, I did dye my hair. It is straight. I gotta cut off a good, I don't know, like 3-4 inches. Last time I cut it was like June or July, so it's been a minute. But yes, I did dye my hair. Hello, light, so you can see. It is Ion hair dye. Oh, I won't gatekeep this for you. It is Ion Radiant Raspberry, color 5VR, and Jet Black. I think it's like 1V or something. I do a split dye, and I do it myself. It's split bottom and top, so see. And then I do 1/3 of the bangs and like a strip. And yes, this is my hair. You guys have never seen my hair like this on YouTube, actually, but this is my hair. This is my natural hair, actually. No, I've been doing this hair style since 2021. What you guys have seen was the faded scraggly red of laziness. So this is proper. This is how I shall be appearing, just minus the straightening because I don't really straighten my hair. I didn't even have heat protectant, you guys. It's terrible. I just straightened it without heat protectant because I straighten it once a year. Like, I don't have split ends or anything. You know it's curly. It's just easier to cut when it's straight because I know you should cut hair when it's wet, but that's literally not what this video is about. But I just wanted to address that my hair is now back to its natural state. Today, we're going to be talking about my journal ecosystem. I've been seeing so many people do their like journal ecosystems for like the New Year's and giving ideas of like different journals to keep or whatever. I love journaling. Journaling is like, honestly, it's not even a hobby. It's like a lifeline. Like, I don't know what I would do if I wasn't journaling. I journal every single day. I just love paper and pens and journals. So I wanted to share with you guys my journal ecosystem. I love that we're calling it that now. It's an ecosystem. It's a little terrarium of paper. And every journal serves a purpose. If you know, you know. Because there are people out there who, I guess, use their phone apps for everything or like don't use journals. No, every journal serves a purpose. So, okay. The first one is this one. I think you might have like seen a little cameo of this before. This is not a commonplace journal. That's like a very specific journaling style. I don't do that. But this is more like a catch-all. There's another name for it, but I call it like, for me, it's like a catch-all. I got it from Owl Crate. It's puffy. And it's got lines and these like cute little flowers that you can't see. Oh, whatever. You cannot see it. Anyways, I basically just use this journal for like to-do lists and random stuff. Like if I have ideas for videos, I kind of just like throw them in here. Like I have a to-do list from September 30th of last year. I have got work in here from grad school, just like random notes. I have video ideas, picture ideas. This is like a lot of like lists, to-do lists and stuff, and I just throw them in here. And yeah, it sits by my bed, and it's just kind of like a catch-all to-do list. I'm not a big to-do list person. I don't really like make lists per se and like check them off during the day. But when I do, it goes in this journal. And yeah, it's cute. It's got a little ribbon. The next one I want to talk about is not like a proper journal, but this has changed my life this year. Okay, it is a pad of paper. It's a pad of paper. It's changed my life. So I'm a big fan of like active reading, like reading and taking notes at the same time. Whether it's like I write in my books, right? So I'll like highlight, I'll jot down little notes, but sometimes I want to write more than what can fit in the margin of a paper. So you can always use Post-it notes. I learned how to do that in high school. Like one of my teachers taught us. She was a really big like active reader, so we had to like tab up our books and do post-it notes, but I don't really like that either, to be honest. What I would do is I would get a new journal and be like, this is my reading journal. This is it. You'll see, like, some of these journals that I'm using now are former reading journals. I would start writing notes for a book, and then I would get tired because it's not passive reading. You're not just like reading. You're like having to stop reading to take notes, stop reading to look something up. So it like really interrupts the process. So then I'd be like, okay, I'm over that. I'm going to read the book now. And then I would never finish taking notes. And then I'm like, okay, I'll just go finish taking notes after I finish reading. And I would never do that. I just wouldn't. Because then I'm done with the book, right? Like, what am I going to do? Go back and take notes? Like, I'm just not about it. So then I have all these like notebooks that I started with like 3 pages of notes and the rest of the notebook is empty. But I don't want to use the notebook because I already started it for this thing. And it just like, it was causing a real headache, a real problem. And then I saw this pad of paper. And this solved every problem in my life. This fixed everything. You guys, I can take notes on books and not finish notes on books and not feel guilty because all I need to do is use a new sheet of paper. And it's loose. So I can use whatever I want, however many pages. It's like starting a new notebook every single time. So like right here, okay, I read Food Rules by Michael Pollan. I have 2 pages of notes that I still do want to go back in the, like, I want to go back. I say that. Like, I say I want to go back and take notes in the book. I just don't know if I will because, like, once I'm done with a book, I'm done with a book, you know? But maybe I will. So I have the loose pages here. And I like wrote the page down and I was writing, like, little quotes and my thoughts or whatever. But it's loose, okay? So when I'm done with the book now, because I actually successfully did this with, that's a cat scratching at the door. I did successfully do this with 2 books, actually. Now I just put it in a binder. The only thing is I need to get tabs. I do not tab up my books. Oh my goodness, can we stop, please? It's the door frame. Hold on. Okay. I don't have book tabs. Okay, side note. My cat, my eldest cat, he's 11, has been tearing up the door frame, my door frame. He uses it as a scratching post. He's been doing this for 11 years now. Okay, it's a problem. We've painted over it. He scratched it up again. We have a big cat tree. Okay, he's a big Siamese boy and it's not tall enough for him. He loves this door frame. I can't stop him. Okay, he's an old boy at this point. Well, we adopted cats, 2 babies, in the beginning of January. So we have 5 now. We have 2 girls, 2 boys, and my cat, the eldest. The 2 little boys, they're like 9 months, okay? They watch what he does. And they're like, big older guy. We shall do what he does. So now they scratch the door frames. Both of them. And then now, one of the girls, she's on the bed. Now she scratches the door frame. She's never done that in her life before. She's like 4 years old. Now she also oh, that actually was my cat because he opened the door. They all scratch the door frame now. And now I don't know who's at the door because also Oliver does that. If he wants to get him. So if I have the door closed, like locked, like not locked, but like actually closed, he can't get in. And he knows how to open doors, but he can't obviously get in because the door is closed. So he'll scratch the door frame till I open the door and then he comes in. It's like how he knocks. Or he just does it for fun. So now I never know who's at the door. Whatever. That was so extra. Okay, I don't have tabs. So I need to get tabs from Target or whatever. I don't tab up my books. It's too much for me. Maybe I should. Maybe I'll try to do that this year so I can go back and take notes on those tabs. That would actually be smart. But what I need is like little tabs so that each tab is a different book because there's 2 books in here. So this is One Woman's Show by Christine Coulson, and then I have another book in the back that's like a different book, and they're just gonna go in this binder, and then it'll be like every year I can just have a stack of pages that's like my notes on books. I used all my brain cells for this one. Like, I don't know why I've never thought of that before. Loose leaf paper and a binder. A, it's cheaper than a notebook. B, if I mess up a page, I just toss it out. And I also feel like I'm in school again, like taking notes on my paper. I don't know. This really changed the game for me. If you're able to consistently keep a physical notebook, I applaud you and I admire you. I cannot. So if you're like me and you just can't, if you have all these like half-started notebooks and you don't like to go back and write in them, loose leaf paper. Genius. This one. This is a notebook that I started taking notes on a book and I never finished. But I'm getting better now about going back and using notebooks, not ripping out pages or anything, just moving on with my life. So this is a hardcover notebook of books from Barnes & Noble. You've seen them before, right? I feel like everybody's seen them. And this one has 2 ribbon bookmarks, which is really cool. But this is my personal dictionary of 2026. I've decided to start keeping a dictionary, like my own personal dictionary. So whenever I'm reading a book and I come across a word that I don't know, I Google it. And sometimes I'll write the definition in the book, or sometimes I'll just read it or whatever. But I actually am going to challenge myself this year to write down every single word that I've learned. So at the end of the year, I have this like full dictionary, and I actually need to fill in. There's that book that I read, One Woman Show. I'll talk about it more when I do my like reading wrap up. But I think there was a word on every single page that I didn't know. So I think I learned like 280 words from that book. And I want to put them in here so that I have them all categorized. But yeah, I just love this because like, I think we're getting stupider. We're getting dumber as a society. Okay. Like AI is killing it. Like everything, we're just like not speaking properly anymore. And I'm a part of the problem. Okay. So I'm trying to do my part for myself to fix that. And I don't want to have like, like filler words. Like I don't want a like high school vocabulary. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you see what I mean? I say like so much. So I've just been very cognizant of it recently, that there are a bajillion words in the world and we use like the same couple thousand, you know? We're not using big words anymore. And I think that's a problem. And it's me too. I don't do that. Like, circumscribe, right? When's the last time you used circumscribe in daily conversation to restrict? Circumscribe. You know what I mean? So I'm really excited about this. The idea of keeping a personal dictionary. I hope I can keep up with it throughout the year. I tend to start projects in January because it's like, woo, January. And then I don't follow through because the year is long. But I feel like I can do it because I've been doing it for, 3 weeks now. And it just, I don't know, it feels good. The idea of having this full journal of words, and it's a personal dictionary. It's not the Webster dictionary. Am I going to refer to it in the future? Probably not. Like, it's not organized. It's not in alphabetical order. It just is. But at the end of the year, I can go back and see I've learned this many words this year actively. So that is my personal dictionary. Next, I have this Paris notebook with gold gilding. Very pretty, hardcover. Got it at TJ Maxx 1,002 years ago. And I started taking book notes in it and made it 2 pages and stopped. And so now, I won't show you, but I'm calling it like my devotional journal. I've said it before, I'm Catholic, and I'm doing this like 75-day devotional. So it goes in this journal. I used to write it in my like everyday journal, but the thing is the journaling for this. Oh, hold on. Without fail, I always get a phone call when I'm filming. Anyways, like I was saying, this is my devotional journal. I used to do it in my everyday journal, but the thing is like, they're not the same journaling. Okay, like devotional journaling is not everyday journaling, and I didn't like mixing them. I'm a very like, it has to be separate. Things have to be separate. They can't exist in the same journal. It gets too messy. It's not the same. I'm also someone who doesn't like to let their food touch. These cats are gonna send me into a tizzy. Okay. Anyways, like I was saying, I don't like to let my food touch on the plate. I don't like to let my different journals exist in one journal either. Does that make sense? Even in my like every like throwaway kind of like commonplace journal, it's mostly to-do list. It's mostly list, right? It's like a list journal. So I just didn't like mixing my like daily devotional with like my everyday journaling. It was getting too messy. I was doing this one and then I wasn't writing anything else for the rest of the day because I already felt like I wrote for the day because it was in the journal. So they need to exist separate. So now they do. So this is my daily devotional journal. It's like a 75-day devotional sort of thing. So it goes in here, just like reading and writing, and it exists in here. Very good. Now my everyday. Hi, Oliver. Hi, Bubba. Hi, Hanson. Okay, so moving on to my everyday daily journal, I'm going to show you. This is the one that I just finished. This is by Graphic Image Incorporated. Oh, it's copyright 2004. I was like 2024. Okay, this is the one that I just finished. I told you it's by Graphic Image. I would link it, but they don't make it anymore. And it's really sad. So first of all, I got my first version of this. I found it at a thrift store. And I was like blown away. It is the best notebook in the entire world. So I finally found it through much Googling, found the website, purchased this one in May for myself as a graduation gift. I will say Graphic Image is very expensive. I want to say that this journal, it's hardcover, leather, hand-bound, gold gilding, thick pages, you guys. And then it's not a phone call this time. It's an alarm. For what? Anyways, thick pages. Did I say gold? It's silver. The one I had before was gold. Thick pages. Like, they're so luscious. And I love to write in fountain pen. Fountain pen loves to bleed through most pages. Fountain pen doesn't bleed through Graphic Image pages. Side note about fountain pens, though. I've been using... Oh, my voice cracked. I've been using the Lamy Safari fountain pen in a medium nib for like 5 years. I love that pen. I have a couple. They don't work anymore. I don't know what happened to them. Lamy, what's going on? Okay, I think it's the ink. Because I have 4 fountain pens. I have 4 fountain pens, okay? They're like $30, right? They're not super pricey. They're not like cheap. They're not big fountain pens. One of them was nicer. I got it. There was a Lamy fountain pen store in the Palmer House in Chicago, and I got one for myself when I first started grad school. That was my like gift to myself, so it was a bit pricier. They can get expensive, but like if you're getting just the plastic, they're like $30, right? So they're not like super expensive, but they're not cheap. I have 4, maybe 5, to be honest, because I would buy extra so I could take them to school and not like lose it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to take my nice one to school. Okay. Tell me why none of them work. None of them work anymore. I've cleaned them out. I've flushed them out. I have the liquid. I've taken them apart. I've cleaned the nibs. I've done it all, you guys. I don't know why they don't write anymore. I was using black ink. Wasn't working. I switched to purple ink. It was fine. I switched to pink ink. It was great. I went back to black ink because they don't make the pink ink anymore. Or like the purple. Whichever one it was that I really enjoyed, they don't make it anymore. I think it's the ink. I think Lamy, I think you guys messed up your formula. I think it's too thick. Okay? I don't know what it is because they're not right. The ink doesn't flow. The ink doesn't flow. I think the ink is like too thick. It's like globby and it's not going through the fountain pen. I haven't used a fountain pen in like 4 months. I'm losing my mind. I'm not going to spend another $30 to buy another pen that doesn't work. Do you know what I mean? Like it really makes me upset because I love fountain pen. I hate ballpoint pens. Once you use a fountain pen, you can't go back. You can't go back. They're amazing. So tell me why they don't work. So now I have to use ballpoint pens or like a gel pen. It's been really rough. Okay. But that's also part of the reason I use graphic image notebooks is because they work really well with fountain pen. Oh my gosh, I'm so thirsty. Okay, that is my rant about fountain pens, and you can see like the paper is gorgeous, right? I'm obviously not going to show you the pages because I write in them and that would be weird. So anyways, I finished that one. C'est la vie. So this is my new everyday journal. It is also by Graphic Image. I love Graphic Image so much. This one I got on eBay. This is an older collab and it has a name. Did I lose the paper? Oh my gosh, I think I lost the paper. Oh no, here it is. It's Graphic Image and the Aesthetic Movement. The Metropolis notebooks. I'll put it there so you can read it. Has something to do with like it. They took inspiration from early 20th century theaters. There's the Gateway in Chicago, Alex in Glendale, the Odeon in London, and beyond. So I don't know which one I particularly have. I just got it off of eBay. I saw it. I loved it. I thought it was so cute because it's very like, it reminds me of Halloween. Excuse me. It's kind of Halloweenish, right? With like, it's like spider webs and spiders and it's got little stars. It's so gorgeous. Gold. I will say that the pages on this one are thinner. So it's actually a good thing I'm not using my fountain pen because the fountain pen would bleed. Also it's smaller than I thought. I know I read the description, but for some reason I was not expecting it to be that small. Like she's mini. So that will get filled very quickly. I tend to like bigger notebooks because even though I'm a righty, I apparently write like a lefty, is what people have told me, because I don't write like this. Like, I don't write like this. I write like this. Like, this is how I write. So when I use this particular like smaller notebook, my hand falls off the page a lot. Excuse me. It's a little annoying, I'm not gonna lie, but it's fine. It's a beautiful notebook, lined. I don't really care for unlined notebooks anymore. I used to. My tastes change. It depends. You know what I mean? This is my thing now. I like smooth pages. And yeah, it's my everyday journal. When I say like everything goes in here, everything goes in here. My journal knows things nobody else in this world knows. The only person who knows what is in this journal is God. That's the only one. God is the only one I tell more than I tell my journal. Do you know what I mean? Like, I tell my journal everything, but even some of those things I leave out and I only tell it to him. This journal, these journals that I've been keeping since, I think I started journaling in 2013. Consistently. Like, this was my thing. There goes the door. I think I started in 2013. Journaling every day is mental health care, you guys. You can pay for therapy or you can write. I do both. But I think journaling truly is like, it's a godsend. The fact that we have words and you can put it on paper and you can tell your journal everything. My journal is my confidant. Me and my journal, this is it. Like, this is where I work through all of life's problems. I tell it everything. And then I can go back and read. I think it was Oscar Wilde who said something like, if you don't have any, like, the best reading in the world is your own journal. I love rereading my old journals. I cringe to no extent. But then I remember things that I've gone through sometimes things I've forgotten. Like, everything goes in here. Like, oh, it was rainy today. Also, this, that, the third happened. I used to write down, back before, like, screenshot receipts was even a thing. Girl, my receipts are in my journals. When I tell you, when I tell you, I would write down text conversations that I had with people in my journal. Yes, I would, as if it was like a script. Their name, da-da-da, my name, da-da-da. Oh, I have my receipts, and they're in hard copy. They're not screenshots. They're not in the cloud. No. They're on paper. My journals know everything. So if you don't keep a daily journal, I would highly recommend. There's like 1,000,002 like health benefits or whatever to keeping a journal. I would just honestly keep one also for like posterity. Is that what it is? I don't know. I've always loved keeping journals. The books that I used to read growing up were the Abby May books, and she would write in a journal, and the Amelia's notebooks was like my favorite thing. She always wrote in composition notebooks. I think it's really important too. I am a first generation American on half my side and like whatever on the other side. I wish the people in my family had kept journals. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't know what life was like for my grandparents when they immigrated here from Poland many a year ago. It would be really nice to like have that. Obviously it'd be in Polish, so I couldn't even read it. But do you know what I mean? Like, I think journaling is so important also as like a primary source. Like, when you think about history, because I'm a big history buff, I love history so much, and I love primary documents. I love people's writing from back in the day. They're writing about what life was truly like in that moment. I think, like, the fact that we can do that is incredible. And, like, people were not able to, I hate that I'm saying the word like, the fact that people weren't really able to do that back in the day, or only certain people could do it based on, like, who, like, paper was not readily accessible, right? Pens were not readily accessible. So it wasn't always, people weren't able to keep journals. I wish they were, though, because I like being in other people's minds. I'm a big snoop. I love the tea. Chismosa, right? I want to read your journal. I want to read your journal. I have actually a composition book from 1880 something, I think it's from like 1882. I bought it in Indiana, and it's a girl's composition notebook from school where she was writing. It was for school. It was like her school composition book. And I can just show you guys, actually. Hold on. Okay, it's like one of my prized possessions. Look at this. It is so thin. It is a composition notebook from 1887. Excuse me. It has, like, in the beginning, it has all the different grammar. I have to be so careful with it because it is so delicate. But I want to show you because whoever owned this journal, she was writing for school. She had to, like, write essays. And it was, like, essays about, like, her weekend and stuff. Okay, it's hard to read in the beginning because I think she was writing in pencil. So it's a little hard to read. But then she does write in pen. Maybe towards the back. Let me find a good page for you. I want to be so careful. Look at that. This one is called An Adventure. I used to think what fun it would be to meet with an adventurer. To be met with an adventure? Not something then that the time was drawing near when I should meet with a service one. Girl, she's got beautiful handwriting, but I can't read it fully. I'll show you another page. I have to be careful because, like, the last pages are falling apart. But here, read October 1886. So, like, the fact that I own this girl's words is incredible, right? Like, you're getting a glimpse into someone's life. So if you need any other reason to keep a daily journal, it should just be that like everybody has a story to be told, and it's important, and we should be telling that story in our right. You don't need to publish it, right? It could just be a story for your future kids, your grandkids, your nieces, your nephews, whoever. Like, right? Are we not all there? Okay, I need to stop because we're going too long. Okay. These are my last two journals. This is my reading journal. It's from Owl Crate from 2018. I believe I bought it off of Pango Books from a seller. She used the first like 2 pages. Excuse me. My throat is so dry. I've been talking for like half an hour. I'm very passionate about writing, clearly, and journals. But this is a reading notebook. I've gone through so many different reading journals, and this is the only one that works for me. It has, in the beginning, a blank month. You fill it in. And what I do is I like to use the blank month, and I write when I finish the book. I write it in the day, so I can see, like, when am I finishing books. Obviously, I finish books a lot, like on the weekends, not as much during the week. Then it has a book wish list and a book TBR. She wrote her TBR, so I wrote my TBR on the next page. But yeah, you can just write it here, and if you read it, you check it off. And then it has every single day, like the blank week, like this. And the reason I love this one specifically is that the days are horizontal and not vertical. I feel like every journal I see now, it's a vertical day, and I can't write small enough to fit what I need to fit, because I like to write down every single day what I read and how many pages I read. And if I finish it, I check it off. And then at the bottom, it has pages read. It also has a to-do list. I don't use that. A reading list. I put down what I'm kind of like generally reading for the week. Pages read. And then I like to keep my Instagram counter at the bottom, just to see, because I also I started a new Instagram this year, so it's fun to see it grow. And then I also like this one specifically because the book reviews are at the end of the month, not the end of the book. I love that. So here are the book review pages. And it has like 15 slots, which I think is such a good number. And it's got everything. It's got title, author, genre, rating, date started, date finished, thoughts, physical, audio, or ebook. And then I also like to put the publication date of the book just on the bottom. And then at the very, 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 very back of the notebook, it's got like 1 page of a reading wrap-up, which is like top 10 best, top 10 worst, total pages, total books. I love it. So simple, so straightforward. It's amazing. I love this one. Okay, last but not least, why do we say that? Because it is actually last and least, is my daily planner. This is the Daphne Diaries Daily Planner. I got it at Amazon. No, I didn't. I bought it at Barnes & Noble. It's like $30, I think. This is the 2026. I have the 2025 one as well. Gorgeous. It's so pretty. I like the magazines as well, which is why when I saw this last year, I was like, oh, I have to get it. It comes with like little bookmarks, little stickers. It's got like monthly stickers. It's got more in the back. And it's got little folders. The art style is gorgeous, you guys. It's got this like, I don't know how you use this in the beginning, but it's the whole year. Thank goodness it has nothing filled out. I almost just doxed myself with nothing because I don't fill that out because I don't take this anywhere. Here's January. Oh, is it not so precious? Oh, the art style is so gorgeous, you guys. And this year's theme is like food. Like, I think there's like a recipe on like every month. And it has a thing here, you cut it out. It's a bookmark. So it's got the month right there. I don't really use it for much, to be honest. And here's January week 1. So gorgeous. Wait, I want to show that. Sure. I'm trying to think, because I write in these, right? So, like, I don't really want to show you what I write every day. Did I write anything bad? No. I'm going to show you a blank week. Not this week. I will show you the next week. Because I write in my week, I write my stuff. I don't want to tell you what I write. Do you know what I mean? It's too personal. Oh, the only thing I don't like about this planner is that sometimes, I don't know why it's laid out like this. The last week of January, they put it in February. And it's not like, you know, half of February is in January. I would understand that. No, you guys, February 1st is on Sunday. Why is the whole page of the week in February? I don't understand. They did that last year too, and it bothers me. This should be in January because it's January still, but it's in the February month. Like, do you know what I mean? This is the bookmark, by the way. So, the way I use this planner is that it has every single day. It's got this like to-do list, things to buy, and then like blank notes. I don't buy anything because I have no money. So I cross that off and I put yarn used because I'd like to track what yarn I'm finishing or yarn finished. Things to do typically is just like crochet projects or knitting projects that I want to finish. And then in the back on this page, I think you're meant to like be able to like rip these out and use them, but I like to leave them in because this is more of like I keep everything in this journal type thing. There's people walking outside. On this back page, I put crochet projects that I finished, and then I just like write everything down. So that for me is like, it's like where I can go back because I don't have like a crochet journal. This kind of is it. And then comes the daily. So for every day, I don't have much going on, you guys. So I don't really put things to do. If I have a thing to do, sure. But what I do for every single day is I actually write like 2 to 3 sentence recap of the day. So like, what did I do? So I'll read you one from way back yonder days. Trying to find one that's not like too personal. Okay, so like Friday, January 2nd. Did some reading, did some cleaning, got my Starbucks, saw the nicest sunset. That's it. Like, it's not things that I would necessarily put in my like everyday journal. It's just a small little recap of that day, a little snapshot. And then I also put I like to put my daily steps right there. I don't really use any of that. And then I also put the temperature for the day. I have it in my head that maybe I'll do a temperature blanket one day in my life. I don't know. I just have it in there just in case I decide maybe in March or something. I'm like, I want to start a temperature blanket. I put it in there. So every day I write just a little snapshot of the day, what I was doing. If I do have any like little notes, I put it in the little notes section right there. And yeah, that's honestly what I use my daily planner for. It's just, this planner is so gorgeous. The art style is, it's so quaint. It's so beautiful. It's very like whimsical without being too like, I don't know. It's just like, it's really gorgeous. It's really, really pretty. And then there's like postcards. It's so nice. I love this magazine as well. I think it's from the UK. And yeah, that is it, you guys. I've talked your ear off if you've actually watched to the very end of this. I am tired of talking. Yeah. Anyways, guys, I've officially like talked your ear off. If you've actually watched to the end of this, thank you. I don't know. I just love writing so much, you guys, and I don't do enough of it. And I know you probably think, like, do you have, like, 7 notebooks like you do? I don't. I feel like I don't. I feel like I don't write enough. I love writing so much. I got my bachelor's degree in writing. I have a whole university degree in creative writing, specifically nonfiction and poetry. Those are my things. And I don't do enough of it. I feel I haven't written really a poem in, like, years. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just don't write enough. I don't think we write enough as a society. We're not writing essays. We're not writing poems. We're not writing fiction. We're not just like writing to write. Like, you don't need to publish it anywhere. You just need to write it. And I'm not even doing that, really. Like, everyday stream of conscious, that's really good. I think we all need to do that, but we need to do more. We need to do more because we're just not doing enough. We're like losing the ability to write. It is a whole greater, larger topic, and I don't feel necessarily qualified to speak on it per se, but there's so many people on here who've spoken much better about this than me, and if I can remember any of the videos I've watched, I will link them. But I don't know. You should get a journal if you don't have one, and once you get one, I promise you it is an addiction. You will end up buying 2 and then 3 and then 4, and then you will have an entire bookshelf dedicated to journals, as I do. It's my nightstand. I have a little bookshelf under there, and it is packed, you guys. It is full of journals, and almost all of them are fully written. I'm really proud of myself. I haven't bought myself a new journal minus the one that I use like as like an everyday journal. Like, I haven't bought a random journal in over a year, I think, because I'm really trying to use what I have. But yeah, write more. Just write more. Just like write more. Do you know what I mean? Write a story. Write an essay. Write a poem. It could be trash. It could actually be trash, and it should be in the beginning. And that's fine. And just like write it down anyways. And then that's it. All you need to do is just write it down. You don't need to publish it anywhere. You don't need to be an author. We don't need all that. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's too much. Everybody thinks if you're going to do it, you have to do it all the way. No, not everybody needs to be published, but we all do need to be writing. You don't need to put it on Substack. You don't need to put it on Instagram. Don't put it anywhere. Just put it in your journal. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't need to judge yourself either. Make it garbage. Okay, I've written so much garbage, and I look at it now, and I'm like, wow, that wasn't good. But that's fine, because that's where you start, and then you progress from there. So, if you don't have a journal ecosystem, I would highly recommend you do that in 2026. And that is it. I'm literally officially tired of talking. I know. I even talked too much for myself this time. Okay. Have a great day. Yeah. Bye.